The World Surf League arrives in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. First stop, number 8 on the championship tour, the Vivo Rio Pro.
Setting up the punts, gets there early for the big rotation.
Saquarema comes alive with passion and rhythm, creating a coliseum of energy unmatched in professional surfing.
That's right, it's the pathway to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Gotta be in the final 5 to surf it though.
The Brazilians are charging up the leaderboard as Felipe Toledo, fresh off a win in El Salvador, attempts to add a 5th Rio title to his name. In the women's draw, veteran victories are turning up the heat on CT newcomers.
She goes off the lip into a float.
Only 3 events remain in the race to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. The fight for the final 5 continues at the Vivo Rio Pro. Welcome to stop number 8 on the WSL's Championship Tour. The world's best surfers return to the southern-facing beaches of Saquarema. Rich in history, this rural beach town is known as the surfing capital of Brazil.
The wave that we're going to be surfing on, Itaúna Beach. Short right going into a rock formation and a long winding left.
It's not a wave you need like 5 turns to get a big score. You can focus on using your energy for one big turn. If you do a big air or a big progressive maneuver, you're going to get rewarded.
The electric atmosphere created by the Brazilian fans makes Rio one of the most exciting stops on tour.
The fans and the energy, it really like feeds you, but also on the other side, if you're coming up against a Brazilian, it can kind of almost like freak you out.
Being the only woman on tour representing Brazil, I feel immense pressure being here. I just really want to do super well and be able to win for the fans.
What's happening on the beach, the energy, you know, like the levels are just like through the roof. So it's definitely like fuel to my performance, and you know, it makes me go better every year.
The 2023 season is at a pivotal moment. With 3 events left, opportunities to clinch a spot in the final 5 and compete for a world title are diminishing.
We started the year and everybody was talking about the mid-season cut. That line in the sand is way back there. The new line in the sand is right here, talking about the Rip Curl WSL Finals. For men and women, they're trying to get into that final 5. If you're in the top 5 right now, well, you've got to be feeling a little bit good, even though there's a couple events left. If you're 6, 7, 8, it's a battle. This is going to be a slugfest to the very end.
On the women's side, the current top 5 features Stephanie Gilmore and Tatiana Weston Webb tied for 5th, followed by Molly Picklum, Caroline Marks, Tyler Wright, and rankings leader Carissa Moore.
Carissa Moore is having one of those years where everything's just coming together. She's won Pipeline, she's won Margaret River, she's won Surf Ranch. That's 3 event wins already. She returns to Saquarema, where she's the defending event champ. Carissa Moore is really looking like the favorite here in Saquarema.
With solid performances in El Salvador, Stephanie Gilmore and Tatiana Weston Webb moved inside the final 5.
I'm really motivated to try to make the top 5. Obviously, I'm right there along with Steph Gilmore, so my goal is obviously to do better than her and better than a few others that are close to us.
Gilmore, will she be able to defend her 8th world title and maybe go for a 9th this year at Trestles? It's going to be pretty tough.
On the men's side, in 5th place is Gabriel Medina, followed by Ethan Ewing, Joao Chianca, Felipe Toledo, and rankings leader Griffin Colapinto.
Totally uncharted territory for Griffin Colapinto, again, in the yellow leader's jersey. The young man from San Clemente has a lot of pressure and weight on his shoulders. He's shown us this year that he's able to perform under that pressure. We'll see if he can do that again here at the Brazilian Beach Break.
Reigning world champion Felipe Toledo moved to 2nd in the rankings with a win at the El Salvador Pro.
El campeón defensor del título mundial, Felipe Toledo.
And there's a lot of events where you think of a wave and you think of one surfer. Kelly at Pipeline, John at Margaret River, It's Felipe in Brazil. The guy has had 4 wins, 3 in a row since we've been to Saquarema.
I've always been super comfortable here in Brazil and feel like I take the pressure off my back, and I just want to keep that magic going and, maybe another one.
Here comes Medina. That's what happens in Brazil for Gabe Medina, and always takes his quiet time to center himself.
As the men's competition is called on, Brazilian Yago Dora faces 3-time world champion Gabriel Medina and rookie Ian Gentile.
Medina, big blast there. Great timing off the top. Big section there to lean back into that carve. A rare fall there. Dora sliding off the coping. Nails the snap there. Throw tail to show the variety of Yago and nails it. Running right. He's got that pep in his step. He wants to ramp up for the crowd. Full roads. Perfect landing. Last score from Gabriel Medina, a 7-point ride. It's enough to take the lead. But looks like Medina wants to keep things rolling. Setting up the punts. Gets there early for the big rotation above the lip. Medina just locked in an 8.17. But then Yago Dora went right and saw a huge ramp. Just outdid him a touch to get the lead with 1 minute to go. Yago Dora, the magic man here at Saquarema. It's Medina and Gentile getting sent to the elimination round.
Hawaiian John Florence is currently in 7th place. A big result in Rio would get his title campaign back on track.
Here we go, John throws it up and puts it down. John Florence below that final 5 cut line.
He's sitting at number 7. He's not far away. He's right there in this game.
John right here.
Here we go, winding up, big alley-oop, and sticks the roof. Are you kidding me? He's gonna put some nails in the coffin. That was massive, bro.
9-point ride for John Florence.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited. It's been a big learning year for me. I think the last 2 events I've been struggling mentally a little bit. I feel like that was like a good turning point for me, that heat. I felt kind of like myself again.
The opening round ended with 4-time Rio Pro champion Felipe Toledo igniting the crowd.
Here we go with Felipe Toledo. Chops it off the top. One more time, a stab for a finish, and Toledo finding his footing.
Australian Jack Robinson's slump continued. Injuries have plagued Robinson, and he has fallen outside the top 5 for the first time all season.
Jack Robinson, another big seed, getting sent to the elimination round.
The upsets persisted, with rankings leader Griffin Colapinto also losing.
Oh my! Griffin Colapinto going for it, but crashes.
Coming up next, the pressure is on as title contenders face elimination in the next round. Welcome back to WSL Presents the Vivo Rio Pro. As competition continued, the top seeds were facing the added pressure of the elimination round.
Jansen comes in as a wild card replacement for Kelly Slater and eliminates world number 1.
Rankings leader Griffin Colapinto was the first to fall out of the draw. With the loss, the American will forfeit the yellow jersey. The wild cards continued to do damage as Samuel Pupo eliminated world number 5, Gabriel Medina.
Samuel Pupo goes above the lip.
I just want to be making this type of heats against the big guys and just, be like them one day.
And world number 6, Jack Robinson, suffered another early round exit.
priority interference on Jack Robinson now. He didn't let him paddle into that wave.
It's a block.
Jack has 2 events left to get his world title campaign back on track. For Felipe Toledo, there's no place like home. The Brazilian's dominance in Rio has been remarkable.
As Toledo goes to the air.
So Felipe Toledo has won here the last 3 years in a row. A dominant surfer at this break. It can be rights, it can be lefts. He's had multiple 10s at this location. Felipe Toledo, he's gonna be the man to beat.
Setting it up, one big move, and oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
10-point ride for Felipe Toledo, an absolute superstar, and quite possibly the greatest ever here in Brazil. Felipe Toledo, your champion of the Ewing Rio Pro for the 4th time in his career.
Competition moves into the round of 16. If Toledo wants a four-peat, he'll have to get past the savvy veteran Jadson Andre.
Felipe Toledo at the Rio Pro, he's had 5 10-point rides, 15 excellent heat totals, 38 excellent waves, and a heat winning percentage in Brazil of 83.33%. Here he goes on the backhand. Toledo with a good-looking wall, carves off the top, throws a ton of spray, fades back.
Look at the precision right there, Kaipo. The amount of water that he displays fully on rail, brings it all the way around, and then finishes with the foam climb.
Here comes Jaddy. Nice looking right on the backhand. Slashes off the top.
Great carve into the lip line, strong combination of maneuvers.
Jadson, whitewater takeoff, somehow gets this one, hoping for it to stand up, hooks it on the backhand, and is able to pull that one off. Jaddy in the lead. Felipe needs a wave right now. We're down to 35 seconds. Hold the horses. Here comes Felipe Toledo. Throws it out. Oh. Threw caution to the wind. Landed awkwardly, and now we're watching our defending world champ getting helped up the beach by security.
That's not a good image right there, Kaipo. It's not promising for the last 2 events for this guy. And this is not what you want to see, especially here at home in Brazil.
Hawaiian John Florence is considered the best surfer in the world. However, injuries have plagued the 2-time world champion over the last 3 years.
John's hurt himself here, I think.
My injury history since competing on the CT, I might miss a couple. MCL tear on my right knee in 2016, right ACL, then left ACL, then left MCL last year.
You always wonder when you have world champions and they're not winning events, how they might feel. You know, he's got some thirds in there, and you think, okay, that's a decent result, but definitely for a world champ, it's like they're not satisfied. So now we come to stop 8, and he's still looking for his first win of the season. Looks fired up. Knifing that carve on the ramp section, throw tail reverse, and keeps that board above water. Up and riding, and John Florence crushes the first section off the bottom and hits it off the whitewater. John will use priority. Swinging right off the lip there, nice snap to start. Perfect transition to shut it down on a 2-turn combo. John into the quarterfinals. Great opportunity to cover some ground and maybe even put himself in the WSL Final 5.
Oh God, I got out of my little bad spell. I'm just feeling a lot better in my mind and stuff, and a lot lighter and just having fun. And it's kind of when I do my best, and so I'm stoked.
And after a heat like that, that could be the turning point for John this season.
The round of 16 wraps up and the upsets prevailed.
Chianca, Chumbinho, quick arc there. Snap for some variety. Wait a minute, Sammy Pupo under priority. Big snap.
Wildcard Samuel Pupo eliminated world number 3, Joao Chianca.
Coming as a wild card, you always know that you're gonna get the highest ranked guys, and no, you never know, I could go on and win the contest.
Hawaiian Baron Mamiya defeated 2019 world champion Italo Ferreira.
We look at Baron finding a tail-high whip. Now Italo, after a long wait, throw away backside punt.
And Ethan Ewing advanced to the quarterfinals.
Ethan, nice snap to slide, controls it.
The Australian is the only surfer in the top 5 remaining in the draw.
Griffin Colapinto, João Chianca, Gabriel Medina, and Jack Robinson are already out of the competition. How important was the heat for you?
Yeah, every heat matters, especially towards the back end of the year, and you're really close to the top 5, but I still feel like I've got so much work to do.
Coming up next, the women continue to battle, and one of our contenders clinches a spot in the final 5.
Oh, and a fierce second turn.
Welcome back to WSL Presents the Vivo Rio Pro. With only 3 events remaining in the season, the women's race for the final 5 has reached a critical point. Carissa Moore remains the frontrunner with a big lead over the field. However, 3 surfers are fighting for the last spot in the top 5. Gilmore and Weston Webb are tied for 5th, with rookie Katie Simmers close behind.
I'm really motivated to try to make the top 5. Obviously, I'm right there along with Steph Gilmore, so my goal is obviously to do better than her and better than a few others that are close to us.
Tatiana Weston Webb comes into Brazil equal 5th with the 8-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore. And remember where we're at now, past midseason cut, every result counts. There's no throwaways.
As competition resumes with the elimination round, Stephanie Gilmore faces Betty Lou Sakura Johnson.
Gilmore picks up a little backside rip off the top. Backwash connects with that carve.
Looks like Betty Lou's having a look in this one. Looked like more of a walled up wave, and let's see what she brings.
Betty Lou Sakura Johnson from the North Shore of Oahu belts the first section, attacks the second move right in front of Steph. A big lead change. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson takes out the 8-time world champ, former event winner. Steph, who's equal 5th with Tatiana Weston Webb. It's going to be pretty tough now, carrying some low points from Brazil. Tati now, who's in the elimination round, has a big opportunity to break that tie if she can get through her heat.
Rookie Katie Simmers is up next against Brazilian Tatiana Weston Webb.
The 2 surfers so close in the rankings, really important heat for each. Katie Simmers fades on the takeoff. Nice hook on the backhand for the surfer from Oceanside, just 17 years old. Oh, and a fierce second turn. Tatiana Weston Webb finds a left, gets a hook off the top. Oh, comes unstuck, goes down. Moving up the rankings and moving into the quarterfinals, Caitlin Simmers.
Simmers gets off to a fast start, and Tatiana is eliminated. With Gilmore and Weston Webb out of the draw, the door is open for the rookie to get back in the top 5.
Going into the quarterfinals for the women, the usual suspects are in play. Caroline Marks with momentum after her victory in El Salvador. Carissa Moore, multiple-time world champion. Tyler Wright, who has been on a roll this year, already making 4 finals.
The women's quarterfinals are called on, and 5-time world champion Carissa Moore is facing Hawaiian Betty Lou Sakura Johnson.
Okay, good luck. So far. Okay.
For Moore, a heat win will clinch her place in the final 5.
How's this opener from Betty Lou? Nice turn off the top. Perfect timing on the oncoming section. Bigger wall for Carissa to work with. Responds with a snap. Driving off the bottom into the lip, hitting it a bit harder. Great recovery with all that backwash. Sets up the carve in the pocket and definitely had a lot of intent. She's earned a bonus inside track. Wraps it, lip still there. Long ride there for world number 1. How's Betty Lou?
Nice size wave right there. You see the swell really improving, and that was a big turn. So she's keeping it very simple. Identifying critical sections and going for broke.
First time Carissa's been tested as she needs a 7.27.
Carissa up and riding.
Glassy open face, big opportunity. Carissa drills it off the lip. Hard off the bottom and lays into a hammer of a turn. That was a lethal combination. Best number of the heat goes to Carissa Moore, 8.83. Clinching a spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Looking to go back-to-back with her titles here at Saquarema.
He clinched too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so stoked to clinch my spot here in Brazil with, you know, 2 events left and a little bit more here. So it kind of takes a little bit of pressure off. Obviously, we all want to get as high as we can by the end of the season, so we have a good spot going into the finals.
As the quarterfinals wrap up, contenders Tyler Wright and Caroline Marks advance to the semifinals.
Here goes Caroline. Nice carve. Winds up off the bottom, needs to attack this. Does so with the backwash, manages that turn. One more snap for Caroline.
One more heat win for Tyler, and she will clinch her spot in the final 5.
Good rhythm, little bouncy face, but she negotiated all that really well.
Rookie Katie Simmers continues to build momentum. In the last quarterfinal, the American defeats Australian Molly Picklum.
Caitlin Simmers throws down a snap, flows right over the whitewater. Big section for Caitlin Simmers. Talk about a sizable wall. Tagging one big section. She's into the semifinals, and she has definitely changed things up in the WSL Final 5 picture.
Are you looking for that right now for the Final 5?
I don't think so. I mean, I hope I just win this, and maybe I'll think about it.
Coming up next, the men's quarterfinals get underway.
Big vert from Ethan Ewing.
John on the backhand, strong start. Yago Dora, the fans love it.
Welcome back to Saquarema, Brazil for the Vivo Rio Pro. In the round of 16, Jadson Andre pulled off a massive upset over Felipe Toledo. The reigning world champion also sustained a knee injury that could potentially end his season.
It's not promising for the last 2 events for this guy.
Felipe, probably my best friend on tour. Pray that nothing really bad happened with his knee.
And Hawaiian John Florence's good form in the contest continues. For only the 4th time this season, Florence advanced to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, a lot of the top seeds have lost in this round, so it's definitely helpful for me to go through. It's a good opportunity to make up a lot of points.
The quarterfinals are called on, and Australian Ethan Ewing takes on Italian Leonardo Fioravanti.
Let's go now, come on!
Ewing, number 4 in the world. Fioravanti, number 8 in the world.
Leo that potentially make a run for the top 5.
Let's get caught up how things started during the break. Big vert from Ethan Ewing, backed it up again.
Here we go. And right behind him, a big snap and a critical section, but doesn't get the second attempt off.
Ewing's got the corner bowl, setting up a second move already. Ethan with the lead. Fioravanti now needs a 7.44. After waiting patiently, Fioravanti opens up. Big backside whip, chips it again, and section tries to force the backhand reverse and doesn't pull it off. So world number 4, Ethan Ewing, takes the win of the battle of the backhands.
I think I'm just really excited, and I'm just trying to surf well and put a show on for the fans. They've been so supportive this week, so yeah, hope they all enjoy it.
Brazilian Yago Dora burst onto the competitive scene as a wild card at the 2017 Rio Pro.
Dora goes to the air, answers back. Yago Dora, the Cinderella story.
Since then, he's qualified for the CT Tour and fought to overcome a severe injury.
I injured my Lisfranc ligament on the left foot. My muscles on his legs were pretty much gone, so I had to learn all over again how to walk.
Now he's back and appreciates all the lessons learned.
Yago Dora making his competitive return here.
Last season was the most important of my life. I think the injury always makes you mentally tough.
He was out for a long time. I mean, we're talking 8 months plus. When you're injured and you have the time to kind of reset everything, we see coming back just being that much more special, that much more important.
When Yago got back on tour, he just started proving that he could compete with the best in the world. Yago Dora pulls off one of the best punts of the year.
Então eu também estava curioso para ver esses confrontos. E ele fez exatamente isso, ele conseguiu colocar o surf dele, confrontou os melhores do mundo de forma natural e foi incrível, foi melhor do que esperado.
For Yago, much of his success stems from having his father as a coach.
My father is my greatest mentor. He's this father figure not only for me, but for a lot of other surfers as well.
Leandro coached Adrian de Souza to his world title. Leandro has been a coach for Jack Robinson and his success. And now, Leandro has an opportunity to foster his own son to victory here in Saquarema.
He's kind of like a guru. This started as his dream and then became mine. And now we have this dream together.
Yago has big goals for the 2023 season.
Every start of the season, you think, yeah, I want to have my best year ever. I want to be in the top 5 to have the chance to fight for a title.
Yago is going to try and go excellent and show that he's got what it takes.
I feel like an underdog. I love competing against the big guys. It would be amazing to have the chance to fight against them for a title.
The quarterfinals continue, and Yago faces fellow Brazilian Jadson Andre.
Number 12 in the world, Yago Dora, and Jadson Andre, who's done damage, taking down top seeds all the way into this quarterfinal. Yago Dora, a couple of snaps up in the lip, and the fans love it. Jadson on the comeback. False start right now for Jadson Andre. Gonna go with Yago.
He's looking to qualify for lowers, to really compete for the World Championship.
Yago wasn't even in the picture as we came into this place.
Let's see if he makes the connection. Tidy little air reverse to finish.
Has Jadson Andre in a combination situation.
Jaddy's answer back.
Yeah, and a great response to the two-wave combination that he requires right now. Not as strong as Yago Dora's 8.5.
It's Yago Dora that has the heart of the crowd.
Looking good for his first CT win. Could happen later on today.
I'm trying to stay present and live in the moment. Focus on the next mission I have, which is the semifinals. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Got your checklist.
The quarterfinals wrap up with two-time world champion John Florence facing Hawaiian Baron Mamiya.
John in a world title campaign. We come to stop 8, and he's still looking for his first win of the season. But you know he's got the fire and the hunger.
Yeah, John on the backhand, strong start right there. Slid the fins. And some beautiful surfing to start off this heat.
Baron, finding the barrel.
He was able to find a diamond in the rough.
Baron really putting the pressure on a childhood hero in the way of John Florence. He's catching up with John Florence.
Big turn right there from John. And a strong third one.
And he has turned the heat in a big way. Baron needing an 8.27.
looking down the line. Again, he needs something spectacular to finish. And he's saying, give it to me. 8.17, not enough. Number 7 in the world, we're going to climb that leaderboard. John Florence, as well as Yago Dora in men's semifinal number 2.
Yago is going to be a battle for sure, but I'm just going to keep surfing, and I think it'll be fun.
After a heat like that, that could be the turning point for John this season.
Coming up next, it's finals day, and we crown a women's champion.
Katie Simmers is a phenom.
There's that big bottom turn attacking the lip with an air drop.
Welcome back to Saquarema, Brazil for the Vivo Rio Pro, stop number 8 on the WSL Championship Tour. Earlier in the quarterfinals, Hawaiian Carissa Moore clinched her spot in the final 5. The Hawaiian will compete for a chance to win her 6th world title at the WSL Finals.
He clinched too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm super stoked. I'm really happy to just have the opportunity to be on that big stage again and compete at lowers. That'll be super cool.
Australian Tyler Wright also advanced through the quarterfinals. The 2-time world champion is 1 heat win away from joining Carissa and clinching a spot in the final 5.
Yeah, you could win or you might not. The only reflection is what you do and how much you stayed in your process.
And the quarterfinals wrapped up with rookie phenom Katie Simmers defeating world number 4 Molly Picklum.
Welcome to the semifinals at the Vivo Rio Pro.
The first semifinal features 2-time world champion Tyler Wright against world number 3 Caroline Marks.
Caroline Marks getting this wave.
Nice looking wave for Caroline, very good pace.
2-time world champ digs in. If she could win this heat, she will clinch a spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. And here comes Caroline. She's chasing a 6.78.
The problem now, she only has 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Tyler.
Nice power gouge to start, and then right here she goes to work on the open face into the lip.
It comes in at a 6.9 to shut the door on Caroline Marks. And she has officially clinched her spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. It's been a long time since I've been in title contention. I think it's been 5 years, so I really do want to finish a year. I haven't finished a year in 5 years. It's pretty cool news.
For the 2nd event in a row, Tyler Wright is in the final. In semifinal 2, world number 1 Carissa Moore faces rookie Katie Simmers.
Those cards on your first one, you got a 4. Just if it goes to the card point, just make sure you're holding that thing.
I'm excited.
Carissa, a 5-time world champ, Olympic gold medalist. Kaylin, ranked number 7 in the world, but we can guarantee you that's going to be changing. Carissa Moore throws down a beautiful carve, and that's all she was able to get done. As we look at a big wall there for Caitlin Simmers.
Caitlin is somehow always identifying the bigger waves of the heat, pulling the trigger at the right time.
Here we go, Caitlin Simmers. There's that big bottom turn attacking the lip with an air drop. Carissa Moore needs a 9.84. Nice swing off the lip quickly for the 5-time world champ. Comes in at a 5.73. Massive moment for young Caitlin Simmers. Her first heat against a 5-time world champ turns into a win.
I tried to just remember, like, you're against Carissa, you have to just get the set waves and do good. I want to feel like I win when I win.
Caitlin Simmers represents the next generation in women's surfing.
Such a phenom, man. It's crazy. First year on tour, making 2 finals. It's incredible.
It's her first year competing at the highest level, and she's already beaten some of the biggest names in the sport.
It's going to be Caitlin Simmers moving on. Upset for the 8-time world champ.
When a rookie comes on tour, you never expect them to win an event.
The exciting rookie on tour. She's already won an event. Katie Simmers is your champ.
A 17-year-old rookie comes on tour and decides that she's going to have the posture to have a heat IQ of a veteran in a heat.
And she's just real. She's a kid. I think she's just like in this dream right now. She's like, I'm 17, she's beating all of her heroes. It's really cool to enjoy this rise to the top.
A win in Rio for Katie would move her back inside the top 5.
It's time for the final. Tyler, world number 2, with a shot to be in yellow if she wins this heat over the phenom, Caitlin Simmers.
She gets the score throughout the game.
From USA,
How's this gem for Caitlin Simmers? She wants a ramp. She's got a big wind up as she goes off the lip into a float.
Yeah, great first attack, perfect executed, and the judges are gonna love that.
Tyler Wright setting this one up.
Kind of a missed opportunity there for her to kind of get back into heat.
Caitlin Simmers found some room to move on the back end.
That was like watching a UFC fight, the knockout punch go down.
How about Caitlin Simmers, champion of the Vivo Rio Pro?
Yeah, to beat Carissa Moore and Tyler Wright on the same day, how do you do that? That's just Caitlin Simmers.
I just have a lot of respect for everyone who does it. It takes a lot to just never be home and be away from your family and be away from your friends. It's not easy, but it's rewarding when it happens.
The win moves Katie Simmers up to 5th place in the rankings. Carissa Moore remains in 1st, followed by Tyler Wright, Caroline Marks, and Molly Picklum. With Moore and Wright clinching their spots in the final 5, only 3 spots remain to compete for a world title at the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Coming up next, we crown a men's champion.
Dora setting up the punts, one of the best moments of the season.
Welcome back to WSL Presents, the Vivo Rio Pro. In the quarterfinals, Australian Ethan Ewing defeated Leonardo Fioravanti. The Australian is the only top 5 surfer remaining in the draw.
That was incredible surfing by Ethan Ewing.
I'm just trying to surf well and put a show on for the fans. Yeah, hope they all enjoy it.
Brazilian Yago Dora found excellence on his last wave to advance to the semifinals.
I'm just trying to focus on the next mission I have, which is the semifinals. So yeah, I'm excited.
And world number 7, John Florence, continued to win heats and move closer to the top 5.
A lot of strong turns right there and a combination of major maneuvers.
Yago is going to be a battle for sure, but I'm just going to keep surfing, and I think it'll be fun.
Men's finals day is called on, and the first semifinal is a matchup between fellow Australians Ethan Ewing and Ryan Callanan.
Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. We got an all-Australian semifinal. Arcal, Ryan Callanan, he a little slippery off the top there. 6-point right. Behind him, Ethan Ewing slashes off the top. Easy ease, flows through that section, stings that finish, but gets bounced on the backwash as well. 7.5 for Ethan Ewing. Callanan under priority. Big opening turn there for Arcal. Wave tapers, unfortunate for the Novocastrian.
Meanwhile, Ethan behind him, great opening snap right in the pocket. Excellent second turn as well.
Check that out for Ethan Ewing. He's pulling away now.
I think we can call this heat done and dusted.
With the horn, we have our first finalist. It's going to be Ethan Ewing, and he will be in the final, his second final of the year.
In semifinal 2, Hawaiian John Florence faces Brazilian Yago Dora.
What a heat, what a matchup. Guesstimating maybe 55,000 people on the beach right now. Seems like they were up from the get-go, Kaipo.
Yago Dora got this.
Wow, an excellent carve there from Yago. Just the one turn, though. Truly committed to that opening section on the outside.
Here's John. Let's see what he has. Vert snap there. Little bump to handle. Chatter off the bottom. Grabs John's board. Concern on the face of the coach, Ross Williams.
John just has had a terrible luck in this heat with waves.
Here's Dora under priority, laid back with a little slide there for Yago. Easy cutback, banks off into the whitewater. 6-point ride for Dora, and he's in the lead. John with priority. Scratching into this one. The clock is counting down, and a vocal crowd is showing their approval of the local boy, Yago Dora, into the final.
There's only one heat left in Rio. World number 4 Ethan Ewing will take on Brazil's Yago Dora to decide the men's champion.
Here we go, it's finals time. The crowd is absolutely losing their minds, and it's for good reason. Ewing taking the first wave of the final.
He took the lead, and now he has Yago thinking about recovering the lead.
And he's going right.
Backhand blast for Dora. Set up work on the open face. Ewing checks out a right. Deep bottom tail. How about a throw tail reverse? His wave previous, 6.0 for that single move. So has a quiet lead at the moment. Just an update quickly on the rankings. Remember, Dora with the win can take a 5th spot. Ewing with the win will move up to 3rd. Dora setting up the punts. Gets there early for the big rotation above the lip. One of the best moments of the season. Yago Dora, he landed so perfectly, so smooth. It comes in at a 10-point ride, and the fans are absolutely losing it. We've run out of time. Yago Dora celebrating his first championship tour victory. 14.83 combined total with a 10-point ride at home in Brazil. Your champion of the 2023 Vivo Rio Pro, Yago Dora.
Man, it hasn't even sunk in yet. It's amazing. This week was something special. Best week of my life, I'm gonna say. I don't know, I just had a feeling something special was about to happen, and it did. So it took a long time, but that first win came at the right time, at the right place. So I'm beyond happy. Nowhere else better to win your first event, and I'm so excited.
Let's make it really loud for a man that just won his first championship tour event of his career. Your champion, Yago Dora, moving up to number 5 in the world.
The win moves Yago 7 spots up to 5th place in the rankings. Felipe Toledo takes the rankings lead, followed by Griffin Colapinto, Ethan Ewing, and Joao Chianca.
So Felipe Toledo, he's going to be a J-Bay. He's going to be wearing yellow. I think he's vulnerable, though, even with the yellow jersey.
The men's Final 5 competition is still wide open, with world champions John Florence and Gabriel Medina sitting just outside the top 5. No one is safe. On the next episode of WSL Presents, the World Surf League Championship Tour migrates to South Africa, a spectacular landscape of wonder and wildlife. The crown jewel of the African continent, Jeffreys Bay hosts surfing's royalty in the penultimate stop of the 2023 season, the Corona Open J-Bay. The race to the Rip Curl WSL Finals is narrowing, and with their wins in Brazil, Katie Simmers and Yago Dora shook up the rankings. Only 2 events remain to clinch a spot in the Final 5. The hunt for the Rip Curl WSL Finals continues on the next episode of WSL Presents.